Mercutio mocks love's scars. He has never felt love's wound. But hush, is that a light shining through the window there? It's like the east with Juliet the sun. Arise for a sun and kill the envious moon. It looks already sick and pale with grief because you are far a lover than she is, though only her servant. Don't be her maid since she's envious. Her uniform, a sickly green one. Only court jesters wear that. Cast it off. It is my lady love, if only she knew it. Her lips move, but she says nothing. That doesn't matter. Her eyes speak for her, and I'll answer them. I'm too bold. She isn't speaking to me. Two of the most beautiful stars in all the skies have asked her eyes to take their place while they go off on business somewhere. And what if they have changed places? The brightness of her cheeks would put those stars to shame, as daylight does a lamp. Her eyes sparkling so brightly in heaven would make birds sing, because they think that day had dawned. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I wear a glove upon that hand, so I might touch that cheek. Oh dear. She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel. Being up above me, you enhance this night as an angel seen by astonished mortals, who gaze aloft in wide-eyed amazement, as he sits astride a slow-moving cloud and sails upon the sustaining air.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, why are you Romeo? Deny your father and refuse your name, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear some more, or speak now?
It's only your name that's my enemy. You'd be the same, even if you weren't a Montague. What's Montague? It's not a hand or a foot or an arm or a face or any other part belonging to a man. Take some other name. What's in a name? What we call a rose would smell as sweet, whatever word we used for it. If Romeo weren't called Romeo, he'd still retain his own dear perfection without his name. Romeo, give up your name, and in exchange for that name, which is not part of you, take all of me.
I'll take you at your word. Call me love, and I'll be newly baptized. From now on, I finish with Romeo.
Who is there, hidden in the darkness, overhearing my private thoughts?
I don't like to use my name to tell you who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to me because it's an enemy of yours. If it were written, I'd tear it up.
I haven't heard you speak 100 words, but I recognize your voice. Are you not Romeo, Aunt of Montague?
Neither, fair maid, if I ever displease you.
Tell me, how did you get here and why? The walls of the orchid are high and hard to climb. Considering who you are, this place is death to you if any of my relatives find you here.
I flew over these walls on the light wings of love. Stone boundaries can't keep love out. Love dares to do what love can do. Therefore, your relatives are no barrier to me.
If they see you, they'll kill you.
Alas, I'm more afraid of your eyes than 20 of their swords. Look fondly on me, and their enmity can do me no harm.
Not for all the world would I have them see you here.
Then the night conceals me from them, and provided you love me, let them find me here. I'd rather my life were ended by their hate than I live on without your love.
Who told you where to find me?
Love did, which first prompted me to ask. He gave me advice, and I gave him my eyes to see with. I am no pilot, but even if you were as far away as the farthest shore of the most distant sea, I'd set out in search of such a surprise as you.
You know the dark conceals my face, otherwise there'd be a maidly blush coloring my cheeks, because of what you've heard me say tonight. I'd like to proceed in the conventional fashion, gladly deny what I've said. But farewell, etiquette. Do you love me? I know you'll say yes, and I'll take your word for it, because if you swear, you might default. They say Jove, the god of oaths, laughs at lovers' promises because they're never kept. Oh, gentle Romeo, if you really do love me, say so in good faith, or if you think I'm won too quickly, I'll frown and be obstinate, and say no to you, provide you'll keep wooing me, otherwise I wouldn't do it for all the world. Truly, dear Montague, I'm too loving, and therefore you may think I'm behaving in modesty, but trust me, sir, I'll prove more faithful than those pretending to be hard to get. I would have been more distant, I'll admit, but you overheard my confession of love. Forgive me, therefore, and don't attribute this quick surrender which night's darkness has revealed to the lightness of my love.
Lady, I vow by the blessed moon that tips with silver and all these fruit treetops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the fickle moon that changes throughout its monthly course, in case your love proves just as bearable.
What shall I swear by?
Don't swear at all, or if you must, swear by your gracious self, which is the God I worship, then I'll believe you.
If my darling,
please don't swear, although I rejoice in your love, I take no joy from tonight's avowal. It is too rash, too ill-advised, too sudden, too like lightning, which is over before one can say it lightens. Good night, sweetheart. When we next meet, this bud, which is our love, may have ripened into a beautiful flower. Good night, good day. May you sleep as sweetly and soundly as I will.
Oh, will you leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction is possible tonight?
The exchange of our faithful vows.
You had mine before you asked for it, yet I wish I had it back to give away again.
You'd like to withdraw it? Why, my love?
Only to be prodigal and give it to you again. But I'm asking for what I already have. My generosity is as boundless as the sea. My love's as deep. The more I give you, the more I have. Both are infinite. Someone's calling. Dear love, goodbye. Coming, good nurse. Sweet Montague, be faithful. Stay a moment. I'll be back.
Oh, blessed night. Since it's night, I'm afraid all this is only a dream. It's too wonderful to be true.
Just 3 more words, dear Romeo, and then it is really good night. If your intentions are honorable and your object is marriage, send me word tomorrow. I'll arrange a messenger where and when you'll go through with the ceremony. My life will then be yours. I'll follow you, my lord, throughout the world.
Madam.
Coming now, but if you aren't serious, I beg you.
Madam.
Right now, to court me know and leave me to my grief. I'll get in touch tomorrow.
Nay, my soul.
1,000 times, good night.
It's 1,000 times worse. Now your radiance has gone. Lovers seek their loved ones as schoolboys quit their books. But lovers leave their loved ones as scholars trudge to school.
Psst, Romeo, psst. I wish I could recall him in the way a falconer retrieves a hawk. I daren't speak up in a case my father hears. Otherwise, I'd make the goddess echo hoarser than myself by shouting Romeo repeatedly in her cave.
My soul is calling out my name. Lovers' voices sound silvery sweet at night, like music at its softest to the listening ear.
Romeo,
Dearest,
what time tomorrow shall I send to you?
by 9.
I won't fail. It's 20 years till then. I've forgotten why I called you back.
Let me stand here till you remember.
I'll forget, just to keep you standing there, remembering only that I love your company.
And I'll stay put just to keep you forgetful, forgetting that I've any home but this one.
It's almost morning. I wish you'd go, but no further than a bird held by a playful girl. She let it hop a little from her hand like a poor prisoner in chains, then pluck it back with silken thread, wanting to give it freedom, but too caring to part with it.
I wish I were your bird.
Sweet, so do I, but I'll kill you with too much kindness. Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow. I could go on saying good night till morning.
May sleep dwell upon your eyes and peace in your breast. I wish I were sleep and peace. To rest so sweetly, I'll go now to my father's confessor's private cell to beg for his help and tell him my good fortune.